So in my quest to find English food for my youngest birthday party, I came across mini pork pies. Great recipe. We don't eat pork. So I modified it a little. So the pork pies are made with low sodium chicken broth, and I'm going to use beef broth to give it a little more of a gamey feel or a taste. And then I'm going to use ground turkey instead of ground pork. So I'm going to start with a cup and a quarter of low sodium beef broth, which I'm going to heat on medium high. I'm going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch. And we are going to bring this to a boil. And let it thicken up. This is going to be kind of the gel that binds the meat together inside the pie. So we're going to give it about 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to come to a boil. I'm going to let it boil by itself for 2 minutes, and then we'll take it off the heat. So our mixture is boiling. I'm just going to give it one quick stir. Make sure none of the cornstarch is clumped up inside. Then I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes and just let it boil. So our beef broth and cornstarch mixture is nice and thick. You can see it as I try to stir it. It's not as liquidy as it was before. So we're just going to turn off the heat. I'm going to move it to the side, and then we're going to make our meat mixture. Over there. There we go. Okay, so I have my big saucepan. I have 2 pounds of ground turkey. I'm going to turn this on medium. We're going to break it up. I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. A teaspoon and a half of salt. A quarter of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. A half a teaspoon of white pepper. A quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. And a quarter teaspoon of cloves. And we're just going to cook this. We're going to brown the meat, mix up the spices in it, and brown it until it's cooked all the way through. And this could take between 6 and 10 minutes, depending on how fast or how hot your stove is. But we do want to make sure that we get all of the spices mixed all the way around. And then we're just going to let it brown. As you can see, our turkey is nicely browned in all those aromatic spices. It smells really good in here. Now we're going to drain the meat, and then we're going to add our beef broth back in. So I have drained the meat. The heat is off on our meat, and now I'm just going to add that beef broth gel that we made. It's like a sauce. We're going to stir it in, and then we're going to let this cool off before we start assembling our mini pies. So we need to give this about an hour or 2 to cool down, and then we'll be back. So our meat filling has been cooling, and now we're going to create our pies. So earlier I made pie dough, and it's been refrigerating. If you want to know how to make that, there's a link down below. I'm going to take my pie crust, if I can open it. So I bought cute little ramekins, disposable ramekins, to put these in so that I could serve them at a party and move along, not have to worry about cleanup. You can put these in a muffin tin and it works just as well. That's actually how I made them the first time when I made them for the family, and then they approved of the recipe. So I'm just going to roll out my dough. We're going to cut 2 circles. One is going to be my large circle, which is about 4 inches. I'm going to put that in the bottom of my cute little ramekin. And make sure that we get it up the sides so that it covers the whole bottom like this. I'm going to take a scoop, scoop in some meat to the middle like this. I'm going to use my 2 3/4 inch. I'm going to put it right on top, just like that. When it bakes, these two are going to meld together. Well, we're going to put an egg wash on them first. And then the two will meld together and it'll look like just one little pie. And we're going to keep doing that until we have used all of the meat. So our first 15 pies are ready to go in the oven. Now I got to do the egg wash. So I have 1 whole egg. I have 2 teaspoons of milk. I'll pour those in. I have a fork that I'm just going to use like a whisk. I want to break up the whole egg. Like that. Then I have a pastry brush. I'm just going to dip the pastry brush in and brush the egg wash along the top of each little pie. We're going to bake these in a 425-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'll check on them at 15 and see how the crust looks. If it's nice and golden brown, they're done. If it's still a little raw, we'll let them keep cooking. So just like that, 425 degrees for 15 minutes, and we'll be back. So our pies took about 20 minutes to cook. After these came out, I decided to use a bigger cookie cutter for the top of these. So I used a 3-inch instead of the 2.5 inch. And so I like the way that these look better. But if you like just the piece on top, go with the smaller. It's all up to you.